All new at 6, a lot of lessons were learned from the riot at the U.S. Capitol building, but how are local law enforcement agencies using that intelligence? We're less than 1 week away now from President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration and 1 week removed from the attack in D.C. With the potential for an armed protest in Hartford this weekend, we wanted to find out what is being done to keep you safe.
And to learn more about that right now, we are talking one-on-one with former State Police Lieutenant and Channel 3's law enforcement analyst, J. Paul Vance. Thank you very much for joining us again today.
Hi, Mark. Pleasure to be with you.
Well, Lieutenant, let me ask you first. The FBI has been warned. We've been talking about this for days now. Our local police are being put on alert to get ready for anything on Sunday. What do you think of the preparations that you've seen happen so far?
Well, there's several things that have occurred, Mark, and quite frankly, since the breach of the U.S. Capitol, all right, law enforcement has themselves focused on what occurred in D.C., and they're learning from all those types of events, taking that information, and the Connecticut Intelligence Center is also garnering all the intelligence that comes from our federal partners, as well as intelligence that they are able to obtain here in the state of Connecticut, and filtering that for law enforcement. That enables law enforcement to plan, prepare, and open up that law enforcement toolbox and be ready to go for anything that could possibly occur here in the state of Connecticut. I have not heard of any credible threats, quite frankly, here in Connecticut, but you have to be prepared. And I know Connecticut authorities are working together in preparation from now until the inauguration.
So if protesters do show up, what would you expect to see at that scene from law enforcement and in the community?
Well, certainly from law enforcement, you'll see a very visible security blanket placed over not only the Capitol, but other state and federal buildings in our state. Certainly, there are things you will see, and there are things you will not see. When I say the law enforcement toolbox is open, there'll be aerial support, there'll be canine support, there'll be specialty unit support from state police and Hartford police. National Guardsmen will be visible and not so visible. And quite frankly, all of that is designed to garner a peaceful event. Remember, it's okay for peaceful protest, and everyone in law enforcement accepts that and respects that. But it's not okay for violence. Violence is against the law. And two things that we could recommend. And number one, if violence were to occur in any event, the safest thing for anyone to do is get out of harm's way, leave, go home. Don't get involved. Don't put yourself in harm's way. And the second thing, if you know of anything or you hear of anything that may take place, contact local authorities. Let them know what you've heard. Let them investigate it. Certainly, if there's anything that they've been made aware of so far, they're already under investigation. But we want to look at under every rock and make sure every single thing is covered so that everyone is safe and secure right here in our state.
Retired State Police Lieutenant J. Paul Vance, thank you very much. Good advice right there. We appreciate your time and, as always, your expertise on this.
Pleasure, Mark.